Hello girls!
Hello!
So today we're going to talk about how to get children interested in eating more healthy, which is actually very difficult. I have 2 kids, so I know how hard it is to let them eat a salad or to force them. But the thing is, you know, about my character, Aida for me is a bit, she's a really tough, you know, because for me it's very important to eat healthy food, very important, but there is some situation that you have to, you know, tu dois les blaguer, and this has to start from when they are very, very young, like just after they eat the, comment on dit, le sein de leur maman. You start slowly by have them trying one vegetable by one. If you want eat a tomato, you start. If you don't like the day after, you start by another one, avocado. Actually, I have a tip that I try with my kids.
She showed me the video.
I did a video of that, like I drawn a face of let's say a face of a bonhomme, and in an avocado, and the hair was tomatoes, and I say, oh, look at the beautiful face. Do you want to hit the eyes or the mouth? And he said, Mommy, I don't like his eyes, but I like the hair. You know, the hair was tomato. So you know, there are some tips like this that you can help kids by eating healthy. Make it fun. Make it fun. And
interesting.
How did you do?
Well, I don't have kids, but I mean, growing up, in my house, it was just.
You know, my job is to remind you.
Yes, okay, thank you. But growing up, like in our house, you literally would just sit at the table and you would not get up until you finished your food. It was not up for debates. No questions were asked. If you didn't like it, you would figure it out. You would stuff your face. You would come up with whatever tricks you needed to come up with. But you're not getting up from the table until you finish your food, unless you're sick or something. And I mean, I didn't like it at the time, but I do think I also grew up in a house where gratitude was very important. So before we would eat, we would always pray or say grace, and just think about how grateful we are to have what we have. So wasting food was just not an option, because you're like, there are kids out there who are starving, who don't have the same, you know, blessings that we have. So no, you would eat.
Definitely figure
but
it
I'm
out.
grateful because I think that also allowed me to just be open to trying different. I'm very adventurous with food. I can eat anything. I'm open to food.
En tout cas, je pense qu'en tant que parent, c'est une responsabilité énorme, parce que les enfants, l'habitude qu'on a depuis qu'on est tout petit, ça nous suit. Je prends mon exemple. J'ai beau être sénégalaise, ma mère est ivoirienne. Et je peux rester 2 ans sans manger de riz, mais quand je reste 1 semaine sans manger de l'attiéké, je commence à devenir malade. C'est vital, il nous faut de l'attiéké. Et donc heureusement que j'ai été habituée à manger de la nourriture variée. Elle ne fait pas que de la nourriture ivoirienne, sénégalaise, enfin on est très ouvert. Donc mon papa est malien, donc ça fait qu'on a beaucoup de culture culinaire en fait. Et c'est une grande chance. Et je pense qu'il faut vraiment faire aimer aux enfants ce qu'ils mangent et essayer le plus possible, parce que quand ils sont tout petits, ils ne savent pas réellement ce qui est healthy ou not. Et c'est à nous de proposer sous différentes formes, avec des jeux ou des choses comme ça. Mais c'est très important comme transmission.
Je pense qu'effectivement, les bonnes habitudes alimentaires se prennent très tôt. Même, enfin voilà, et je pense qu'il faut qu'on dise aussi aux enfants que c'est bien pour eux de manger. Je sais pas comment, moi ma petite elle a que 18 mois, elle parle pas encore, she doesn't talk yet, so she can't complain yet. But you know, like, yeah, when we try this, if it doesn't work, I'm grateful because she's not too picky yet, but I was taught when I was younger that, okay, before saying you don't like it, you have to try it. Because, you know, sometimes you would come and, no, I don't like it, but you haven't even tasted it. So I guess I'll pass that on her too. But I hope I'll be able to teach her that what you put in your body is very, very, very important, because for whatever you need to do in life, your body needs to be healthy and strong and whatever. So I don't know, I'll get tips from you guys to know how you manage.
Like, you ladies are saying it's so nice to know you've got to teach them and then pass it on. You know it doesn't.
That's what I tell you. Tell me.
For me, we have a culture, we have a tradition at home at, you know, making sure that there is variety in the healthy meals, you know. So sometimes I spoil them a little bit with the odd hamburger here and there. But one hamburger is equal to 2 salad meals. Okay, so if you want a hamburger on Saturday, no problem. But it means on Thursday and Friday we're having a bit of spinach, you know, with some yam, not too much oil like what I put in Anna's kitchen. No. And then maybe on Friday we'll have a small piece of lasagna, but with some cauliflower and and it helps the children feel that, oh, okay, it's all balanced out. If you go Ida's way of giving them cabbage, they will just throw the food back at you. And listen, we're human beings. Naturally, we love things that taste a little richer. You know, and also not to cook with the mindset that, listen, I'm mommy, I want to be healthy, so you have the same taste buds as me. If you don't even put a little bit of, you know, spices or whatever it is on the vegetables, the kids, they're not going to eat it. And you know, the other thing I'm loving about children, when they're young, they start asking questions like, okay, so where does a mushroom come from? So we're eating mushrooms, and you think the mushroom is like, but I'm going to taste it. And then I'll tell you the story about the mushroom. And then I probably will use YouTube and say, this is how it grows. Like, oh, wow, mommy, is that how it grows? You just got to be creative. Okay, you said it. It's so true. You just got to be so creative and also understand that if you don't do it as a parent, you can't tell them to do it. So for me, the times when I've been really bad with my eating, I have seen the effect on my children.
There is something that I specifically see in Africa is the fact that we used to eat very rich, too much,
oily.
And it's very important for women to understand that they need to really cook less oily, if I can say that, and less salty, and then they can and try some new things, because we have a lot of sauces which is very good for health, because like you know, in Côte d'Ivoire we have a sauce which the name is sauce gombo, which is very good. It's very, comment on dit, c'est très gluant. But you have, it's very good, and it's good for the health. It's like a palava sauce, a bit like this. But let's maybe try some entry, because entry, comment on dit, les entrées, the starter. Starters. We don't, in Africa, we don't used to eating some starters. So try
just one big meal.
Big meal, try some starters, kids, and maybe try to get comment on dit ça, propose some starters, and then while preparing the real food, the meal one, the main one, instead of maybe you just had MAGGI, and then you don't have salt anymore, and you don't have another thing anymore, because all the composition of MAGGI it's in it. Don't add more.
And you know, it's so funny that you're mentioning that, because when I got really tired of eating vegetables, you know, just cutting them fresh. And by the way, fresh vegetables are good. But when I got really tired of that, I had to figure out how to kind of change that a little bit. So keep the vegetable going. So I would just, like you mentioned with MAGGI, I'll just saute the vegetables, just sprinkle it on, and I can eat a whole bowl of vegetables. No, because it tastes good. And if I could eat it, the kids could eat it too. You know, so it's just that thing of make it taste just a little better. Just put it
because we love tasty food.
We love tasty food. And everybody's eating. I mean, even daddy is eating vegetables now.
One thing that my older sister, she's got 3 kids. One thing that they do, she and her husband, they're both fantastic cooks. My brother-in-law throws it down in the kitchen. So men who cook, kudos to you guys, kudos. But they have a vegetable garden in their backyard. So they plant, they grow their tomatoes, they grow, and the kids love it. So when they get to go to the backyard and pick a tomato that they planted themselves, they're very excited to eat it. So very excited. They have like cucumbers.
It's actually better to do it in your backyard than buy it from industrial, you know, culture, because it's very
chemical. It's organic.
Ladies, do you know what I think? I think that we only have drinks in front of us, and we're talking about food. So I'm gonna say that Fatu, because you've spoken about manly and radicals, why don't you cook for us this weekend? Let's see if you know how to throw it.
We're going to have to dinner.
Some cabbage in there, some tomatoes, some sprinkle and whatever stuff.
You got it?
You got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.